WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. It's been a long, tough year for the White family in Louisville. They lost their 20-year-old daughter when she was hit by a car in July. The driver was someone she knew. Her brother Elijah was deployed at the time with his National Guard unit. Until now, Elijah is back home. Now, he needed a little help from friends and family members to keep his mom from finding out about his surprise homecoming, which you see right here. The surprise was carefully thought out, and the family says they couldn't be more proud of Elijah.
It was the most amazing thing I've done in a long time.
It makes me so proud to know that my son has given himself to protect and serve me, his wife, his brothers, and everybody. We're going to take him to his favorite eating place. We're going to take him fishing. We're going to do whatever he likes to do. We're going to get in an old truck and we're going to spin a few tires.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Well, the family says Elijah returning home safely was the answer to their prayers. You're not crying, we're all crying. Sergeant Roger House surprised his daughter at her kindergarten classroom this morning in New Hope. Tears flowed from pretty much everyone in the room, including myself in the edit bay today. House says that he was so happy to see his daughter. The two could not stop hugging. House is a field artillery sergeant in the 155th.
I've been gone 7 months overseas. I was worried, because this is her first time being on a deployment with me. I was kind of worried about how she was going to react when she saw me and how my son was going to react when he saw me.
The class had a welcome home party for House and his family. The homecoming of a loved one is a moment many families will never forget, but the real story comes after everyone's gone their separate ways and goes home. Kids have aged, events have been missed, and learning how to relax again takes time. Riley Livingston spoke with some men who have been through these moments themselves. She joins us live in the studio with her story. Hey, Riley.
Scott, stepping foot in your hometown after a deployment can be a moment of relief. Seeing smiling faces, even something as simple as cutting your yard, can be impactful. The servicemen I talked to today said it's hard to describe.
Took some getting used to. Yeah, it really did. When you're used to living a certain lifestyle in a foreign country, and then all of a sudden you come back to, reality.
When coming back home after a deployment, things have changed. You and your family have gone through different experiences, and readjusting can be challenging.
So when I first deployed, my wife was 5 months pregnant. So when I came back, I had a 5-month-old. So, she had already, kind of developed a bond with our son. And of course, he didn't know who I was when I stepped off the plane and come and hugged him and those kind of things. So it's just a transition to kind of get used to the new normal that they developed while you were gone.
Eddie Scales was deployed twice back in the early 2000s. He says what he needed the most was time.
Getting back into the swing of things and getting back into the mind frame of being a civilian and not in the uniform every day. You get used to doing things a certain way in the military, and especially in a combat zone, and then you come back home to essentially nothing. You don't have those issues that you had in the combat zone. So I was a little anxious, really. Checking my surroundings and things that I did on a regular basis every day. I had to get used to the fact that, when I walk outside, I don't have to worry about someone shooting at me or going on a mission or anything like that.
Families of the 155th might notice some changes as their loved ones come home. The best thing they can do is be patient and understanding.
It's going to take a little while. Everybody's so excited about coming home. Their family's so excited about them coming home. There's so many expectations, and I think you just kind of manage those expectations and just kind of be slow with the process. You're trying to jump back in and reestablish those roles. So don't try to do it too quickly. Take your time, enjoy your time with your family, and just don't rush it.
Take it slow. Really take it slow. Take some time to relax. Take some time with your family. Actually spend some time with them, and especially for the spouses or for the husbands that were left, give the soldier some time. Be aware of the fact that he may act a little strange at times.
Locke says many families rely on the support of others going through the same thing. Tomorrow I'll talk to 2 of those families to share their experience after their loved one's deployment. We will have that story tomorrow at 9 and 10.
Mississippi collects $120 million more than expected in the first 9 months of the budget year. The Legislative Budget Office released those numbers today, showing the extra money was partly from lawsuit settlements. $17 million was collected from settlements. Corporate tax collections were also higher than expected. Last month, lawmakers changed the estimate of how much money the state will collect during the current budget year. But even with the changes, collections are higher than expected. So far, the state has collected 3% more cash than this time last year. Time now to toss things over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson to get a first look at our forecast. Keith, we have finally made it to Friday.
We sure did, TGIF, and wow, what a great day it was. If you like some cloud cover, we finally got the sun to break out this afternoon. That's our time lapse from Columbus. So overall, not too bad of an afternoon. We topped out in the upper 60s, low 70s, still in that ballpark right now. Now, tomorrow, your Saturday, let's talk about this. We should be a little bit warmer, upper 70s to low 80s, winds from the southeast. Now, there will be a chance for some showers and storms during the day, primarily, though, during the evening. That would be when we have the strongest storms that would be possible around here. But we may also see some storms into your Sunday. The system coming through will give us some rain, some storms, some warm weather. It will exit by Monday. We'll have more on what we may see this weekend in detail in just a few minutes.
5 Golden Triangle women are honored for their leadership and contributions to their community. Girl Scouts Heart of the South hosted its annual Women of Distinction luncheon today. The event recognizes service-minded women in business, government, philanthropy, who inspire girls to achieve their own goals and dreams. It also serves as a fundraiser for the Girl Scouts organization.
This helps to fund our general programs that we do for girls. We offer programs throughout the Girl Scouts Heart of the South Council. It also helps with our summer camps and also college scholarships.
You probably saw Andrea's self there. Now, this is the 4th year for the event. You can see a list of the honorees on our website, WCBI.com. Future farmers from across the state compete today for honors. EMCC hosted the Mississippi FFA state competitions. Chapters competed in welding, tractor operations, and maintenance troubleshooting at the Golden Triangle campus. Organizers hope the students learn many skills from the competition and from the FFA.
Future Farmers of America is a great organization that's been around for many years that works on team building, social skills, and other aspects of the trade. They compete for first place in the state to be able to have that bragging right.
6 school districts were represented in the competition.
Coming up on WCBI News, we'll take you to the Aberdeen Pilgrimage. It's a big event every year that celebrates the heritage and history of the area. You can even have a proper tea. We'll have that story coming up on WCBI News.
Welcome back. It's an opportunity for people to learn about the rich history of a Northeast Mississippi city this weekend. As Allie Martin reports, the Aberdeen Southern Heritage Pilgrimage kicks off today and features a glimpse of historic homes along with many other events for all ages.
Diane Smith first visited Aberdeen in the 1990s for an antique auction. 4 years ago, she moved from Monroe County, Illinois, to Monroe County, Mississippi.
Good morning. Thank you for coming to Mon Chalet. I'd like to give you a little history.
Her house, built in 1854 and called Mon Chalet, is part of the pilgrimage.
With my love of old houses, I mean, obviously for a house that's over 165 years old, you have the original white pine floors, you have all of the detailing of the millwork, the bullseye molding, the fireplaces. I mean, a house tells a story, and I try and, if they're coming for a pilgrimage, I want them to be aware of what an old house is about.
There are 10 historic homes on the pilgrimage, along with City Hall, built in 1912, featuring neoclassical architecture, a Tiffany-stained glass dome skylight, and other features. Tour guides are dressed in 19th century style outfits.
The first public library in the city of Aberdeen was right here where we're standing, a bookshelf and a table, and it was staffed by the volunteers from the Women's Club.
There are a lot of attractions at the pilgrimage. One of the most popular takes place on Saturdays and Sundays. It's a proper tea at the Cottage Tea Room, just another tasty, fun way to learn about the heritage and history of the area. Thank you.
This just gives us a little highlight of something to do that was done during the Victorian times. And, the one of the duchesses would have a fainting spell in the afternoon, and she had to have all the ladies to come in and fix her some sandwiches and things like that. So it kind of got started like that, I'm told.
Aberdeen's Southern Heritage Pilgrimage draws visitors from more than 20 states. In Aberdeen, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
For a complete schedule along with ticket prices, just visit aberdeenpilgrimage.org.
Pretty nice in downtown Tupelo right now, a mix of sun and clouds. The current temperature here in the upper 60s to low 70s, and it looks like we will have some warmer temperatures as we get into tomorrow here across northeast Mississippi. Highs around 80, but there will be a chance for some strong storms in the evening. More on that after the break.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
A lovely scene this afternoon in Louisville, Mississippi. Some of these friendly clouds giving way to some sunshine. Hey, how about the sun? It took a while, but you know what? It still was a pretty nice day. Lows tonight down into the mid-50s, variably cloudy. We may see some patchy fog out there. Right now we're still around 70, but it will be a nice evening. Tomorrow, a fairly quiet start by 10 around 70, pushing 80 in the afternoon. Now we may bubble up some showers and storms during the heating of the day. The best chance for more active weather will be actually during the evening tomorrow. And right now the storms are lined up down here along the Gulf Coast. Look at that, showers and storms from the Mississippi coast through Florida. But that boundary, those storms lifting back to the north tomorrow. Now let's talk about your Saturday. We may see a few storms during the day, not a washout here. Don't cancel those outdoor plans. But the best chance for any strong storms around here will be during the evening, it looks like, mainly a wind and hail threat. Now, those storms tomorrow will actually develop late tonight. Look at this, way out near Austin, Texas. That complex, wherever it develops, will be moving to the northeast, and it will affect us late in the day. But again, there could be a few showers and storms around. Not really a big deal for us, I don't think. As you get past 5 or 6, we'll be watching whatever is lurking back to the west. That will move on through, and primarily this looks like a wind or hail threat if we're going to get any strong storms with it, in addition to lightning and heavy downpours. That should wrap up by about midnight. Sunday, scattered storms remain possible here, primarily during the afternoon and evening. A few may be strong to severe. The most widespread activity could actually hold off until the evening. So here's our Sunday at noon. A mix of sun and clouds. There could be some showers and storms that start to bubble on up across the region. Now, it will be unstable here, so any one of those could be on the stronger side. But really, the storms that will be developing to our southwest during the day will eventually get into our area, it looks like, late in the day, into the evening, and overnight into Monday morning. So that would be the next round of storms that could produce some severe weather if we're going to get it, in addition to lightning and heavy downpours. That will go away sometime during the day Monday, and then by Tuesday morning, we should be home free for a little bit. For Tuesday and for Wednesday, fairly tame for us. Around 80 this weekend. There's your AccuWeather 7-day forecast. Again, not an all-weekend washout here. You see some icons there. You see some rain, but it won't rain the entire weekend. But there could be some rounds of storms that could be strong at times. 76 on Monday, 78 Tuesday, 83 Wednesday. Another chance for some storms on Thursday, and perhaps a little bit cooler by next Friday.
Jake Mangum's outstanding performances this season are not going unnoticed. The Diamond Dog continues to rack up the midseason honors. Ron the Mayor is next in sports.
Your WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
Spring football has officially sprung. Ole Miss hosting the Grove Bowl at Vaught Hemingway Stadium tomorrow to give fans a first look at the football team and showcase what the Rebels have been accomplishing in spring drills. And the Rebels have lost lots of seniority and talent, specifically in the wide receivers group, such as DK Metcalf and DeMarcus Lodge, just to name a few. We won't be seeing them this weekend. Ole Miss, though, welcomes plenty of freshmen to its roster this season, and the Rebels saying that anyone will have the potential to get field action in the upcoming year.
We got a lot of guys that love football, and I think that was real important. Guys that just eat and live and breathe football. Because I think at the end of the day, when you get guys that love it, and it's not about the recruiting and the hype and all that, I think you got a chance to have a special group. But we're going to be young, but hey, nobody feels sorry for me. Nobody feels sorry for anybody. We want to win now, including myself. They're going to get thrown to the fire, no different than the freshmen did last year, and see if they can help us. And if they can, they're going to play. I've always lived by the philosophy the best players are going to play regardless of year.
April showers bringing Mayflowers and also some schedule changes to this weekend's Grove Bowl schedule. Ole Miss moving up Sunday's series finale to a doubleheader tomorrow. Tonight's game remaining the same. The series opener against Florida happening right now that began at 6:30. But tomorrow, baseball will begin in the early afternoon at noon, and then the Nissan Grove Bowl will take place at 3 p.m. after that first game, and then the game 3 of the Florida series finishing out approximately around 4:30 or about an hour after the first game of that doubleheader ends. Mississippi State also in a road series this weekend in Knoxville to take on Tennessee. The Bulldogs kick off game 1. That's starting at 5:30 Central Time. Mississippi State 5-4 in SEC play. Their last series against LSU in Starkville was the first SEC series Mississippi State has lost. Ole Miss taking on Florida, a top 25 matchup again in Oxford. Ole Miss trying to come back from a tough loss to North Alabama the other day. That loss 10-6. We'll have highlights coming up later tonight. Senior Jake Mangum continuing to rake in the midseason honors. D1Baseball.com awarding the mayor with midseason All-America honors. Not only is this the center fielder's second midseason honor of the season, it's his second honor of the week. Just the other day, Perfect Game naming Mangum to the first team midseason All-American list. Mangum is currently second in Mississippi State all-time with career hits at 333 entering into this weekend. Some unfortunate news coming out of Indianapolis today. Former Mississippi State guard Victoria Vivians will be out for the remainder of the 2019 WNBA season. The Indiana Fever rookie suffered an ACL tear while playing overseas in Israel back in March on the 25th. The Fever selected Vivians in last year's draft. Since then, she's averaged 8.9 points and 3.1 rebounds. The Queen is expected to return to the court for the 2020 season. Well, coming up tonight on WCBI Sports at 10, highlights from a top 25 matchup in Starkville. Mississippi State hosting Ole Miss, and it's also senior day for the Bulldogs. We'll have all that game action for you later tonight. That's it for sports. The last at your forecast is coming up next. Stick with us.
Students, teachers, and a few familiar faces, that is, were doused with color as they ran through Guntown Middle School's campus this morning. The parent-teacher organization hosted a color run. Participants, including WCBI's Allie Martin, took on the nearly 2-mile course. Volunteers sprayed color water or threw colored cornstarch onto the runners as they made their way through the fun run. Money raised will help the school get a new multi-purpose building.
The building we have now is too big. It's not big enough for all of our students at one time, so we have to have a bigger building. It's been here since the school's been here.
More than 120 people took part in the color run.
I think next year is going to be a 20-mile color run, isn't it? Ooh. Instead of 2? I'm just joking.
Wow, Lord.
No. 2 to 20, no. 2 is about good. Okay. Weather-wise, we're looking at some warmer temperatures tomorrow and Sunday around 80 degrees. Not an all-weekend washout here. There could be some strong storms around tomorrow evening. Also, sometime late Sunday, too. We'll keep you updated here on WCBI, also on WCBI.com and social media.
Hey, and next week, those 80s there.
Hey, spring has sprung. We're now into April, and we're warming up.
Hey, I'll be out by the pool, I guess.
Have they opened it?
It's a good question. I don't know. It's rained the last couple of days, so I don't know.
Get on the phone.
Get on it. All right, thanks, Keith. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you at 10.